No Roger Clark either. Roger's with us. Roger, you there?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I got reporters everywhere. Not sure who to go to next. You're Times Square. What's the situation, particularly with the subway there?
Well, you know, as you would imagine, it is a very busy train station here. I mean, you got the N and the R and the Q, and you know, it's always busy. And now it's even a little more chaotic this morning. What's basically happening, people are being given transfers to take the bus, but when they get upstairs, there's not that many buses for way too many people. And that's what the scene that we're seeing here on 42nd and 7th. Tons and tons of people waiting for buses trying to get downtown, and the buses, when they come, have people having to jam-pack themselves onto the buses. Now, we got a chance to talk to some commuters this morning who are who say they're very frustrated about the whole situation. The main message that they all have is to their employers, and they're saying, I'm going to be at work, but I'm going to be late. So, you know, wait for me, and I will be there at some point, but probably a little later. And they're hoping that their employers understand this morning after all of the chaos. We had the bad weather this morning, and now the residual effect, of course, the transit problems that we're seeing. So what's happening here at Times Square is just an unbelievable mass of people waiting for buses, waiting for taxis, trying to get where they have to go because their trains aren't coming, Pat, or they've been dropped off and left off their trains and given transfers to take a bus.
It's so crowded. No bus, no taxi, nothing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you can see it over here. You can see the crowd over here.
It accumulates. I mean, if you stop the trains from running for an hour or so, you're going to see mobs like this. What I like about it is that everybody's calm and quiet and understanding that, you know, it's just one of those kind of days.
So Times Square, even more chaotic than it usually is, and that is the story from here at the crossroads of the world. I'm Roger Clark, and Pat, let's head back to you.
Okay, Roger, some hint of what's been going on in traffic and transit this morning. Let's get the full details.
But this morning, most of them had to find another way to get to work. And as Roger Clark reports, sometimes that meant a free-for-all.
A mass of people tried to wedge their way onto this bus, while others squeezed their way off. Part of a disastrous morning commute.
Well, it was turned into a comedy show, actually, you know, to see people trying to force their way onto a city bus. I mean, the whole city could not fit on one bus.
But with subway service flooded out across pretty much the whole city, train riders spilled out of the Times Square station looking for a way to get to work or appointments. Waiting for those packed buses or trying to hail a cab, a near impossibility.
I have to go all the way downtown by Soho. And if I don't get through in the next hour, I have to go home.
Confusion was the order of the day just about everywhere in the system, with almost every line shut down or seriously crippled. In fact, transit officials themselves advised people to just avoid using the subways entirely. At Times Square, frustrated commuters look for anyone who could answer their questions about which trains might be running.
There's no one here to direct anyone. They're all inside there somewhere. It's ridiculous.
And nobody's telling out these people at all?
Oh, no, there's an announcement every once in a while, but you can't hear it because it's all garbled.
Some New Yorkers we talked with said the morning commute is even more proof that a transit fare hike is unfair.
Let them know they got to fix the system before they start raising the fare again.
Since most of the people we chatted with were late for something, we heard a lot of this too.
Just want to apologize to my job. If you see this, please, I'm on my way. I apologize.
And on a morning like this, many of them were also demanding an apology from New York City Transit. In Manhattan, Roger Clark, New York 1.